Human trafficking happens in California. It's hard to see, and yet it's happening in every county in our great state. Some children are exploited for sex and others for labor. These children are in our schools. Human trafficking does not discriminate on the basis of geography, race, color, age, economics, gender, or religion.
Exploiters see this as a business. Victims become commodities rather than youth with a future. Exploiters prey on the vulnerability of our youth for their profit. They rob our children of their value and future.
How can we work to identify and prevent this from happening?
When you think of someone who's a victim of human trafficking, what do you picture?
My name is Buddy Boy, and I'm a trafficking survivor.
When I was 16, I was playing with my friends online and was recruited by an exploiter in a chat room.
Along with growing up in a real high poverty area, I experienced a lot of domestic violence. It's pretty overwhelming, the amount of alcoholism that's in my family.
Not only am I a mom and an educator, but I'm a survivor of human trafficking. My mom was a drug addict and alcoholic, and from the age of about 3 until 13, I was trafficked by her with men in and out of our house, sometimes for days, sometimes for weeks, sometimes longer, because she would allow them into our house to feed her habit and make sure she had what she needed, and I was subject to enduring the abuse at the hands of those men for many, many years.
I was a good student, I got straight A's, I was an athlete, I was looking forward to playing college basketball.
Nobody wakes up overnight and says, this is my dream job.
What happened to that child that made them feel like the only option they had is to be sold?
I must be doing a good job. I mean, I don't really make my biological mom happy as what I saw. She liked to abuse me a lot and throw stuff at me and lock me up, so when I see that she was happy for something I was doing, I guess that's what made me want to do it more.
Even me, I had to convince myself that I wanted to do it after a while, because after a while I wanted to leave. In the beginning, he swept me off my feet and he made me feel loved and special.
It's like, okay, I'm gonna make this fast money and I'm gonna get all this stuff, like nice clothes, designer bags, trips to wherever you want to go in the world. But there's another dark side to it that they don't tell you about, and the dark side is, you're gonna get hurt.
I wish I would have never went on the chat line. They know kids go on the chat lines. Even if I wasn't a kid, he was on there to find someone. It just happened to me.
I knew there was a transaction and all that, but I didn't know that was trafficking.
When he got me here to the Bay Area, it was like, okay, you're never gonna see your family again unless you pay me this money, and this is what you're gonna do to give me the money. And so that's how everything got started. There's something spiritual about it where it's like your soul, the piece of your soul gets taken away. Sorry. And it's just like, you're not in control. You never know what's gonna happen. You could say, okay, I'm gonna go with this person and I'm gonna make $1,000 in like 2 hours or whatever, but you don't know that this person has every intention of hurting you. And so like, you don't think about that part. They don't think about that part.
He did this for a week long, and then after every night, he would pay my mom some drugs and then left.
After he started making me work, things pretty much, everything changed, and he became super abusive, and yeah.
What if educators understood how to identify risk factors in these survivors? What if prevention education had been available? What if an educator had identified the signs of human trafficking in Tiffany? What if Buddy understood his value beyond making his mom happy?
If this was back then when they started it probably would have helped a lot and would have stopped a lot of the trauma.
What if Bree knew the tactics of online exploiters?
If I had known his promises of love and nice things were tactics to recruit me, I could have helped protect myself.
What if Bev had known that traffickers use gifts to lure victims? What if her teachers understood these gifts were really red flags?
My life would have been completely different.
Research tells us this is happening every day in our classrooms. This is a problem we can solve. This is a problem that we can come together, lock arms, and make a difference.
An educated student is a protected student. Will you do something?